Creativity changes the everyday. Creativity is beautiful. Creativity is active. Creativity is freedom. Alpha NEX5 debut.
Sony.
Invite the Prime Minister of Malaysia, Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Muhammad Najib bin Tun Haji Abdul Razak to address us and to subsequently launch MITE 2012. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prime Minister of Malaysia.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera dan salam satu Malaysia. Yang berhormat Datuk Seri Dr. Ng Yen Yen, Minister of Tourism Malaysia. Thank you for speaking so enthusiastically about tourism. Yang berhormat Dr. James Dawes Mamit, Deputy Minister of Tourism, Honourable Ministers from Mozambique, Egypt and Maldives, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin by first of all thanking the organizers for inviting my wife and I for the launch of first Malaysia International Tourism Exchange 2012 or MITE 2012. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all delegates from various parts of the world, and I hope while you are here you will take the opportunity to experience the many delightful facets of Malaysia and rich cultural tapestry of our people. I am pleased to be present at an event that brings together so many different participants from various segments of the tourism industry. I believe that the presence of so many of you reflects the dynamism and robustness of this industry and bodes well for Malaysia as we aspire to remain as a premier global tourist destination. This MITE 2012 initiative is also timely, given that it has just been announced by the World Tourism Organization that Malaysia, for the third year running, has been included in the top 10 ranking of the world's most visited country. This is a positive indicator of the strength of Malaysia in this industry, and the challenge now is how to make it better going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, Malaysia has achieved great strides in our economic and social progress since independence. However, we recognize and we are fully aware that we live in an era of rapid and rather tumultuous change. The forces of globalization, liberalization, and the ever-changing technology exert tremendous pressure on developing, and in fact all nations, to find their place in this highly competitive world. And it is with this realization that we feel there is a need for a fundamentally new economic model in order for Malaysia to progress and to achieve our vision of a high-income nation. The government of Malaysia is totally focused to deliver this new economic model through our meticulous planning and strategic implementation of our national transformation policies, namely the Government Transformation Program and the Economic Transformation Program. We have brought about real change, tangible improvements to our society, and we are definitely on track to become a fully developed nation by the year 2020. The change, the reforms undertaken by the government through the ETP, GTP, and the other initiatives have resulted in Malaysia rising 5 notches in the World Economic Competitiveness list compared to the year before. Malaysia is now among the most competitive countries in the world, and the World Bank, in its Doing Business 2012, acknowledged Malaysia as the 18th easiest country to start or run a business, ahead of many developed countries. Ladies and gentlemen, Malaysia is in an excellent and strategic position to further improve its standing as one of the world's top tourist destinations, given its abundant offerings that have broad appeal across different market segments and demographics. Our receipts of 1 billion ringgit per week ranks us number 14th globally in terms of tourist receipts. The tourism industry is the 7th largest contributor to the Malaysian economy, with a GNI total of 37.4 billion ringgit in 2011, and barring any unforeseen circumstances, is poised to enjoy consistent growth. Recognizing that we have a strong global competitive position, we have placed tourism as one of the national key economic areas, so that tourism will be accorded the priority that it deserves. By 2020, Malaysia's tourism industry is projected to provide an incremental contribution of 66.7 billion ringgit to the national gross national income, with an additional 39 billion in GNI expected from business opportunities, baseline growth and multipliers. The total GNI contribution in 2020 is projected to be 103.6 billion ringgit, with a projection of something like 36 million tourist arrivals. As provided in the ETP roadmap, the business tourism segment is one of the entry point projects under the Tourism NKEA to establish Malaysia as a leading business tourist or tourism destination. The goal is to grow business tourism arrivals from the current 5% to 8% of the overall tourist arrivals, which translates to an increase from 1.2 million in 2009 to 2.9 million by the year 2020, and consequently to position the country as one of the top 5 destinations for international meetings in the Asia-Pacific region. Ladies and gentlemen, in tandem with these aspirations, I feel very encouraged to see the organization of MITE 2012 and other activities which clearly establish the fact that we are heading in the right direction as we continue to make Malaysia a strategic business events hub and global meetings focal destination, targeted to strategically bring together relevant vendors and service providers under one roof to explore and seize opportunities from the tourism industry globally. MITE also will open doors for opportunities to would-be investors to consider Malaysia as an avenue to invest in tourism-related businesses. I have been informed that more than 600 exhibitors from 33 countries have confirmed participation, and 120 dedicated buyers from 23 countries have also confirmed their attendance in this event, and an estimated attendance of something in order of 600,000 visitors are expected. In this regard, MITE inevitably creates a platform for collaboration, for networking, and in terms of development of value-added complementary services and sharing of ideas. Given all that, I have high hopes that MITE will emerge as amongst the best travel trade shows in this region, if not in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, tourism impact on the livelihoods of many Malaysians cannot be underestimated. There is a large workforce engaged in sectors contributing either directly or indirectly towards our tourism industry. Tourism spans a range of activities. It is really an agglomeration of related but separate cross-cutting services: transport, lodging, food services, recreation, retail, and other forms of activities. All these services are assembled either individually by the traveler or commercially by a network of wholesale and retail services like tour operators, airlines, global distribution systems, travel agents into a tourism package. Without creative intermediaries such as tour operators, travel agencies, and marketing professionals to construct innovative packages, tourism as an industry is not likely to succeed. Tourism therefore requires the efficient functioning of various components working in unison. An efficient and competitive tourism sector will ultimately translate into economy-wide improvements especially with the inflow of private sector investment meant to tap into a lucrative and burgeoning market. Hence, a more concerted effort by all parties concerned is needed in order to make this a thriving industry. Increased involvement of private sector players is needed, and this will serve to complement the government's own initiative to promote Malaysia as a tourist destination. Not only an enhanced role of the private sector is critical, but the entire ecosystem in this country must be fully geared towards making tourism an industry which has the support of the society at large. In other words, the civil service, especially the frontline agencies, the civil society, NGOs, the retail trade, and even individuals who have, in one way or another, come into contact with tourists or provide services for the tourists need to play their part. If you visit a country and you are welcomed by very friendly immigration officers, very, very friendly taxi drivers who are not moaning and complaining about this, that, or the other, and if you have a certain need and you have access to very clean toilet facilities, these are some of the things that really will make Malaysia a top attraction for global tourism. So we all have to work together. It's not enough to have a passionate Minister of Tourism, but we all must also be equally passionate about supporting Malaysia's tourism industry. So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to record my appreciation that there is a public-private partnership between My Events International and the Ministry of Tourism and Malaysia's Convention Exhibition Bureau, and this kind of partnership has made it possible for homegrown events such as MIC 2012 to happen. The Malaysian government will always support homegrown products and will facilitate their aspiration to rise at a global level, and I hope that MIC 2012 marks a beginning for bigger and better things to come. Ladies and gentlemen, beyond the numbers and the economic data of the tourism industry, at the end of the day, tourism is about perception as well as the human experience. We need to make sure that everyone who visits Malaysia will experience something that they will enjoy, something that is memorable, something that they will talk about for years to come, that visiting Malaysia is a wonderful and enjoyable experience. That, at the end of the day, will be something that will really sell Malaysia in a global marketplace. You can do all kinds of wonderful promotions and marketing, but the people who go through the experience of visiting Malaysia, whether for business or for pleasure or to have fun, as the minister says, they all must have that wonderful experience about Malaysia. And it's nothing worse than a visitor who comes visit Malaysia and goes back home complaining about this, that, or the other. So we all must make sure that Malaysia is a country that is peaceful, free from violence, respect for the rule of law, and we must honor our commitment to the international community. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the opportunity to make Malaysia a wonderful tourist destination, and beyond that, a wonderful country. And I'm very confident that if we are committed and work closely together under the spirit of one Malaysia, we will accomplish endless possibilities. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I would like to record my appreciation to the organizers for inviting me to be here with you today. The business forum like this will always be an ideal platform for entrepreneurs and corporations from all around the world to meet and explore new opportunities. And I would also like to welcome our ministers of tourism from friendly countries who are here with us, and all of you who have come from near and far to make MITE 2012 a very, very successful beginning. On that note, it is with great pleasure that I declare open the Malaysia International Tourism Exchange 2012. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Yang Amat Berhormat Prime Minister. May we kindly request that you remain on stage for just a moment before the launch as we invite Yang Amat Berbahagia Datin Sri Rosmah Mansor, accompanied by Dato Sri Dr. Ng Yen Yen, Dato Dr. James Dawes, and Mr. Shahul Hamid Daud to join the Prime Minister on stage for the official launching of MITE 2012.